Oi, my drillas, it's your geezer Big Donny Cow here for a brand new video where today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Warlock in general. Yeah, welcome to Warlock 101, not Demonology, but all three specs. Today I'm going to be talking to you about pets, what pets you can summon, what they do, when you want to summon them, and also the interactions with Grimoire of Sacrifice. Now, I am going to be ignoring any summons outside of your main demons, so anything like Wild Imps and Demonology are called Dreadstalkers, any of the major cooldowns like Dark Lair, Infernal, or Tyrant. I am going to be focusing on the big five. What are the big five, you ask? Well, glad you asked. It's anything you can summon with Summon Demon. So, you have your Felguard, or also known as a Wrathguard, depending on cosmetics. You have a Syad, which is either your Succubus or your Incubus. I'll be referring to the Felguard as the Felguard. The Syad I will refer to as the Succubus. That's what I'm used to calling it. The Fel Hunter, that's got no other names. Voidwalker, also sometimes called, actually no, it is just a Voidwalker. And then you got your Imp, yeah? Not to be confused with a Wild Imp or an Imp boss or anything like that. Your regular Imp. So when I say Imp in this video, this is the Imp I'm talking about. The one you summon with Summon Demon. So, I'm going to start off backwards. Start off with Demonology, as it's the easiest one for me to explain to you guys. There is only one pet you ever summon as a Demonology Warlock. That is your Felguard. Why do you want to summon only your Felguard? Well, let's take a quick look at your talent tree. Your Felguard does more damage. Your Felguard gets an ability, buffing that Felguard ability. Your Felguard's crit chance. Your Felguard's Legion Strike. Your Felguard's Fellstorm. Your Felguard's damage. Your Felguard's damage. Guess what? While your Felguard is active, you get more damage. Your Felguard does damage. Your Felguard does damage. And then also, your Felguard does the damage. This spec is based around only using the Felguard. If anyone ever says to you, swap to a different pet, then assume they're wrong and you only run Felguard. But yeah, if times do change, which is, you know, I'd be very surprised if there's ever a case not to use a Felguard as a demo lock. But if things do change, then look around. There's always the Warlock Discord you can check about, and I'll probably have a video on it if it ever does change. So, what can your Felguard do, you may be asking? Primary ability, Axe Toss. Range ability, you can use while CC'd, so long as the Felguard isn't CC'd, you can use this while CC'd. He'll throw an axe, and it will stun the target for 4 seconds. Very, very powerful. What else can he do? Legion Strike does damage, has a 20% Mortal Strike effect. What's a Mortal Strike effect? Reduces healing the target receives by a certain amount. In this case, 20%. For 12 seconds. Which, you know, it keeps up time. Fellstorm, basically an AoE spin to win, big damage, very strong. Soul Strike, it hits every 10 seconds and generates you a Soul Shard. This is from a talent though. And then also Demonic Strength, a bigger Fellstorm, more damage. And Guillotine, throws something on the floor, does opposing AoE damage. But yeah, that's what your Felguard does. Now, let's go look at a different spec, which doesn't have access to Felguard, which is either Destruction or Affliction. So, excusing the fact that my bars are in the way, let us quickly remove those two. So, Destruction. At this point, I will warn you, like, everything I'm going to say now applies for both Destruction and Affliction. And then I'm also going to talk about Grimoire of Sacrifice, but I'll swap to Affliction when I'm talking about Grimoire of Sacrifice. But for now, I'm just going to talk to you guys about having an active pet. So, what have we got? Let's start from the bottom up. Imp. Imp's quite a good damaging pet. It comes with a Dispel, and it does ranged attacks. Out of your 4 pets available as a non-Demonology Warlock, it is joint top in damage dealt. Imps are great. They slap. As I say, they got the Dispel as well. It's a magic Dispel. So it's had its use cases in dungeons like Temple of the Jade Serpent, when that came back as a Mythic Plus in Season 1. When do you run an Imp? You run an Imp in either raid scenarios where you don't need an interrupt, as it does big damage, or scenarios where you may need a Dispel. Usually, you won't need to run this Imp. If you're doing dungeons, you probably won't run Imp unless you're specifically asked to, and that will probably only be for a very short amount of time. So, Imp only really sees play in raid scenarios. The next pet I'm going to talk to you guys about is the Voidwalker. Now, the Voidwalker, in its current state, yeah, its main ability gives you defensive. It's a temporary rally, yeah? It increases current and maximum health by 30% for 20 seconds. Quite strong. The Voidwalker ability, it does very small AoE damage, which it uses to regenerate health, and it taunts. The Voidwalker sucks. It's not good. As a Warlock, it's not worth using this as an active pet unless you as a player feel like you're struggling in open world content, and only open world content, you can use this guy as a tank. Outside of that though, you're never going to summon it. Do not summon a Voidwalker in dungeons, in raids, or anything. It's bad at the moment. If that changes, of course, I will let you know. Next pet we're going to move on to is the Fell Hunter. Get familiar with this guy. This little good boy right here. This cute little dog. Yeah, you're going to get familiar with him because you play with him almost all the time. Yeah? In dungeons, this is your go-to pet. Why? He has an interrupt. He also has a purge, by the way. So, his interrupt, 24-second cooldown, 5-second spell lock though. Very, very nice. His purge, quite nice. Heals your pet, grants him energy to hit more, deal more damage. Let's go with that. And yeah, we'll purge 1 magic effect. Very, very nice. And then Shadow Bite is its damaging ability. So, while Fell Hunter doesn't deal with the most damage out of all your pets, it's, in terms of damage, it's your 3rd highest pick. In terms of utility, it's your top pick. Now, one thing to note, I say 3rd highest, yeah, but there's not much of a difference between, the joint first and your Fell Hunter, yeah? Which is why your main pet damage rarely matters. If you are ever confused on what pet to use as an active summon, as a Warlock, Fell Hunter is your pick. Because interrupts are invaluable in this game. You get a purge as well from the pet. And that's just beautiful. Always, always, always run Fell Hunter. Yeah? It's only when the Fell Hunter's utility is absolutely useless, I would say go for another pet. Our next pet, joint with top damage with the Imp, is our Syed, Succubus, the Shivara as I've got it. So, what does the Shivara do? Well, Succubus, whatever, there's too many words. Its main ability, it's another CC, yeah? It's rarely ever good, but it is a disorient. And, yeah, no, its use cases tend to be quite low. This is, by the way, a melee demon. I forgot to mention that the imp is your only ranged demon. However, like I say, the succubus and the imp do the same amount of damage, pretty much. There's sometimes a slight difference between the two, and you have to look it up on a seasonal basis. However, that's for, like, the top min-maxing. As you notice, she's invisible. That's one of her abilities. She'll be invisible until in combat. So, you know, if you want people to think that you're dumb and you don't have a pet summoned while in open world PvP, then she's got your back. You're just going to lose out on an interrupt. Main abilities do damage. And also applies a slow. So that is one thing that is very good about the succubus. It means you don't really need to care about Curse of Exhaustion. The only thing is, more often than not, like, if you need to slow, you're going to run with that. It's pretty much guaranteed. So, just to summarize things, for actively summoned pets, as Demonology, you always run with Felguard. As Affliction and Destruction, you want to run with Felguard almost all the time, except in situations where there are no purges that you need to do and there's no interrupts, yeah? Which is usually an raid boss fight, yeah? In that situation, I would recommend either running the Imp or the Succubus. The Imp tends to be the favourite, I will point that out. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about Grimoire of Sacrifice. Apologies, this is a lengthy video. I just want to make sure that you guys have no questions that need answering. So, Grimoire of Sacrifice. What does it do? Well, you kill your demon and you get its main ability. As you can see, I now have Seduction from the Succubus. I would not recommend sacrificing a Succubus as it doesn't really do much, yeah? What would I recommend sacrificing? Well, the Fell Hunter can be quite a good choice because it's going to give you an interrupt. Of course, because you're sacrificing the Fell Hunter, you only get its primary ability, so you don't get that purge. But as you can see here, the Fell Hunter's gone, and my Z key still has the spell lock. Very nice. Pretty much, in any situation where you need an interrupt, which is on most of the game, you will sacrifice your Fell Hunter. What else would I recommend? Rarely, you know, you could go for the Imp, you know? Get the Dispel. Usually, you wouldn't know. Almost all the time, getting the interrupt is more important than getting a Dispel. So, sacrificing an Imp? Probably not. Now, this is the only edge case where I'd say the Voidwalker is useful. Sacrificing him, you get his defensive. Look at my health right now. 1.5 mil, yeah? Now I'm at 2 mil. 2 mil HP for 20 seconds. Now, I dark pack that. That's a 1 mil shield on top of it. I effectively have 2.7 mil HP. Like, that is a crazy combination to have access to. So, in situations where you don't need an interrupt, i.e. in raids, then using your Grimoire of Sacrifice on the Voidwalker is definitely worth doing. Yeah? Especially when you're playing Affliction, like you want Grimoire of Sacrifice for single target. May as well do it on the Voidwalker, because that gives you an extra defensive. And as if Warlocks weren't tanky enough as is, well... yeah. So, once more, a summary. Demonology, always summon your Felguard. No exceptions. Destruction and Affliction. if you're not playing Grimoire of Sacrifice, you probably want to summon the Fell Hunter. Use it for its interrupt and its purge. If you needed a spell, you may warrant to pick the Imp. If you don't need any of that and you just want damage, then it's up to you whether you use the Succubus or the Imp, or depending on the sims of that season, perhaps one of them is actually better than the other. And then with Grimoire of Sacrifice, if an interrupt is needed, sacrifice your Fell Hunter, because the interrupts can be group saving. However, if there are no interrupts needed in the content you are doing, so, you know, this would be in a raid, it would almost never be in a Mythic Plus, then consider sacrificing the Voidwalker for the shield. So in raids, you probably want to sacrifice a Voidwalker or play an active Succubus or Imp. For Mythic Plus, always go for Fell Hunter. Either sacrifice the Fell Hunter or use it as an active demon. And for PvP, Fell Hunter will still be the choice, as interrupts are game winning. I guess there are probably... Nah, you know what, no. Just go with the interrupt. The Fell Hunter's insane. And then as a Demolock, it's easy. Easy answer. You only run with the Felguard. Anyway, guys, that is all the information I have on pets. I hope this is beneficial to all of you guys. Hope this is more for newer players, to be honest, as I'm sure most of you with experience will already understand. Yeah, that was obvious. But to those of you who are newer, I really hope this does help you understand what pet to use in what scenario. This advice really should be applicable for the future. And if things ever do change, as per usual with all of my videos, comment of amendments down in the description below, or I might end up just doing a new video depending on if there are really drastic changes. However, this has been the way things have been for years. So, yeah, hope this has helped you figure out what pet to summon as a Warlock across any spec. If you have any questions, please, the comments down below, it's there for you to use. Ask your questions away, and I've got you covered. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.